Hey folks, I'm back. It's Mini Concert 81. Got a pretty good audience in front of me here tonight. These guys, the Bears here, showed up because I promised I'd do a song for them. I'm going to hold that to the end of the show. I want to make sure my audience stays. First song tonight is a John Prine song. You may or may not know we lost him in the spring of 2020 to COVID. He wrote this song about his parents' hometown back in 1971. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. They're the backwards old town so often remembered. So many times my memories were worn. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison by Adrie Hill, where the air smells like snakes and we shoot with our pistols. But empty pop bottles was all we could kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and they stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, and they wrote it all down as the progress of man. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, and only 5 miles from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. So that's John Prine's Paradise from 1971. This one's even further back in the day. It's a Woody Guthrie song. Been covered by a lot of people, among them Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, Peter, Paul, and Mary. The story goes that Woody Guthrie got sick and tired of hearing Kate Smith sing God Bless America, so he wrote his own song about America. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you. and desert, and all around me a voice was singing, this land was made for you and me. There was a big high wall there, and it tried to stop me. Sign painted on it said private property, but on the back side it didn't say nothing. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me the Golden Valley. This land was made for you and me. As the sun was shining and I was strolling where the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was a-lifting, a voice was sounding, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Yes, this land was made for you and me. So that's Woody Guthrie's This Land Is Your Land. This next song goes even further back. I don't know exactly when the original one was written, but the one that this song is patterned after was came out about in the mid-50s. It was done by the Brothers Four. They used to sing this at college campuses where they were on tour, and one of the verses was pretty risque at the time. Maybe you can pick up on which one it was. Oh, Froggy went a-courting and a heated ride on. Froggy went a-courting and a heated ride on. Froggy went a-courting and a heated go to the coconut grove for the midnight show. Molly Mouse was a hat-check girl, woo-woo. Molly Mouse was a hat-check girl, woo-woo. Molly Mouse was a hat-check girl, he thought he'd give this chick a whirl, woo-woo, woo-woo, woo-woo. Well, he sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, sauntered up to Molly Mouse's side, said, please, Miss Molly, would you be my bride? Not without my poor ass consent, no, no. Without my poor ass consent, Johnny. Without my poor ass consent, wouldn't marry the president. It wouldn't happen, no way. She said, so long, Clyde, you better hit the road, farewell. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road, goodbye. So long, Clyde, you better hit the road. You ain't no frog, you're a horny toad. Well, Froggy went a-courting and a heated ride on. Froggy went a-courting and a heated ride on. Froggy went a-courting and a heated ride with a sword and a book were by his side. So that's Froggy going to courting. So moving even further back, this song is popular in the Irish pubs all over the world. Written back at the 1600s. Started out as the Ballad of Peter Fleming, goes by various names. As I was riding over the Cork and Kerry mountains, I met with Colonel Farrell and his money he was counting. First I drew me pistol, then I drew me rapier, saying stand and deliver, for I am your bold deceiver. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. I took the money home, and I gave it to me Jenny. She sighed and swore she loved me, and she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women, for they always lie so easy. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I went into me chamber for to take a slumber, to dream of gold and jewels. Sure it was no wonder Jenny took me charges, and she filled him up with water, and she called on Colonel Farrell to get her ready for the slaughter. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Next morning early, before I rose to travel, there came a band of footmen, and likewise Colonel Farrell went to draw me pistol. She stole away me rapier, and a prisoner I was taken, 'cause I couldn't shoot the water. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, they took me to the town with the judge all writing for robbing Colonel Farrell on Kilgarra Mountain. But they didn't take me fists, so I knocked the jailer down, and I bid farewell to this tight-fisted town. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I'd like to find me brother, the one that's in the army. Don't know where he's stationed, be it Cork or in Killarney. Together we'll go roaming to the mountains of Kilkenny. I swear he'd treat me better than me darling sport and Jenny. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Some take delight in the carriages a-rolling, some take delight in the hurley and the bowling, but I take delight in the juice of the barley, and courting pretty women till the morning oh so early. Push a ring on my door, on my down. Black ball the daddy-o, black ball the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
that's either Whiskey in the Jar or Ballad of Peter Fleming or Kilgarrow Mountain, done by millions of people. I think it's about the third most favorite song done in an Irish pub. Changing gears a little bit, here's another old song from the old west of America. This particular version is patterned after a Linda Ronstadt song. I ride an old paint, I lead an old man, going to Montana for to throw the holy hand, feeding the coolies and they water in the draw, their tails are all matted and their backs are all raw. Ride around the little dogies, ride around in a slow, the fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Well, old Bill Brown had a daughter and a son. One went to Denver and the other went wrong. Lost his wife in a barroom fight, but still he keeps singing from morning till night. Ride around, little dogies, ride around in a slow, fiery and the sluffy are raring to go. Well, I die, take my saddle down from the wall, cinch it on my pony, lead him from his stall, tie my bones to the saddle, turn our faces to the west, and we'll ride the prairie that we love the best. Ride around the little dogies, ride around and slow, the fiery and the sluffy are raring to go. I ride an old paint, I lead an old man, going to Montana for to throw the holy hand. They feed in the coolies and they water in the draw, their tails are all matted and their backs are all raw. Ride around, little dogies, ride around and slow, the fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Well, the fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. So that's I Ride an Old Paint. Carl Sandburg collected that in his top 100 folk songs of the U.S. back in the 50s, I want to say. I don't know exactly when. Well, I promised my buddies here, my bear buddies here, last week that I would sing a song just for them that has something to do with bears. Kind of interesting because it's related to family. You know how most families have an oddball in the family? Well, in many families, I would be the oddball, but fortunately, I had an uncle. And this is a bear song about Uncle Walter. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears. Raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah, 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, I crept upstairs in the middle of the night. I tiptoed in and I turned on the light, but to my surprise, there was no one in sight. My Uncle Walter goes waltzing at night. He goes wah, 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 waltzing with bears. Raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go
we bought Uncle Walter a new coat to wear, but when he came in, it was covered with hair. Lately I've noticed several new tears. I'm afraid Uncle Walter's still waltzing with bears. He goes wah 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 wah, waltzing with bears. Froggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, we told Uncle Walter that he should be good and do everything that we say he should. I think he'd rather be off in the woods. I'm afraid we might lose Uncle Walter for good. He goes wah 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 wah, waltzing with bears. Froggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Well, we begged and we pleaded, oh please won't you stay. At last he agreed to stay home for the day, but the bears all barged in and they took him away. Now he's waltzing with pandas, he can't understand us. The bears all demand at least one waltz a day. He goes wah 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 wah, waltzing with bears. Raggy bears, shaggy bears, baggy bears too. There's nothing on earth Uncle Walter won't do, so he can go waltzing, wah 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 waltzing, so he can go waltzing, waltzing with bears. He goes wah 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 wah, waltzing with bears. Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear too. There's Yogi and Boo Boo and Winnie the Pooh. He loves to go waltzing, wah 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 waltzing. He loves to go waltzing, waltzing with bears. Yes, he loves to go waltzing, wah 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 waltzing. He loves to go waltzing, waltzing with bears. So that's Waltzing with Bears, and that's mini concert number 81. Thank you for my audience here, my audience there. I'll see you next week for mini concert number 82.